with the draft EIR trees to be removed to a proposed 54, and 30 of those are in the state park. 2 redwoods, a 6-inch and a 7-inch, will have to be cut down. There's also the issue with the roots. That's one of the big comments that we heard, and I know many of you may be interested in that. We've worked with our own certified arborist as well as our own biologist. Of course, through just the Endangered Species Act on the Merlet, we've consulted with U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, and we've obtained an opinion from them. We've also worked with U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service and Save the Redwood League on the root issue, and we've heard from maybe, I'm sure, some of the people in this room on the root impacts, but we are doing is, and in the final EIR, there will be a table on the tree take as well as the root impact areas where wherever we're working in the structural root zone of an old growth redwood tree, and that's 3 times the diameter of the tree, we will be, excuse me, I'm getting over a cold here, we will be using either hand work or what we're referring to as a pneumatic excavator. The trade name, one of the trade names is Airspade. I think there's also another manufacturer of it. And essentially, to a depth of about 2 feet is where we need to excavate, and that was one of the areas our certified arborist was most concerned about, was the excavation and how can we minimize the impacts to the trees when we're doing that. So at the most, we're going down about 2 feet. We're going to be requiring that the contractor use this. It's kind of basically a nozzle, like almost a pressure washer with a compressor attached to it. And I've seen, we have one on our staff uses, our tree crew. And basically, you can use this to basically blow around the dirt, and it's a tool that an arborist uses. And the roots are in place. They're not hurt by this. What we have agreed to, yeah?
1 minute.
Well, 1 minute, oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll have some time for Q&A if you guys have any. But essentially, we won't cut any roots over 2 inches. They'll be worked into the base material that we're proposing to use, which is a special base to try and minimize the amount of excavation that we had to do and increase the permeability of it. And we have some, we'll also have a certified arborist on staff that we'll hire while we're working to do this, and we'll also have a certified wildlife biologist on staff. So I know there's lots more questions on this. I was trying to cover the things I was hearing as we went around the room in introductions.
We're going a little bit over time, but we're going to give her 2 minutes for a little Q&A if she would like to do that.
Sure. Do I choose?
You call, yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, I just have concerns. It is a state park.
Yes.
And why don't you just put signs up to speed limit? I lived on a cattle ranch and we had really steep hills. We cattle grain, and they bring these big tractor loads down, and it's just going slowly. And going through a state park into a speedway, and it is called the Redwood Highway. And this is something, as a tourist when I first came here, I will never forget going through that. And all my friends talk about it. And I'm just wondering, I really think this is kind of a slam with the busy work for the employees to me. And it's unneeded. So that's what I have to say now.
Will you be opening a public comment period with the final EIR? And if not, why not?
What I have told people and what our department has said is the EIR is final. It will be certified. It will be released to the public. There's a 30-day appeal period if somebody wants to file an appeal to a state clearinghouse. I mean, it doesn't mean if you have a comment or you want to call or you have a question, we're not going to take them. We're not going to hold a formal comment period. If people still have questions or comments, if there's thoughts about how maybe we could do something else, we still take those even after the comment period closes. You know, we're getting cards from postcards where I'm trying to enter those people at least so they can know that the final's out into a database. We occasionally get a letter. We look at those. We read them, and we'll continue to do that.
Okay, we have 1 minute.
Bunch of things. One is from Save the Redwoods League, which you brought up. They have not taken a stand.
No, they
haven't. And I think it's important to say that because it's implied by your saying that they were participants, that they in fact took a stand. They did not. Also, the root impaction is of great concern to me, and it involves, as I understand it, what, 28, 29 trees or so that will potentially be very seriously affected by root impaction.
Well, if I implied that Save the Redwoods was endorsing the project, I don't think I did, but they're not. What they have said is they're not going to oppose the project, and their independent arborists that they hired concluded as certified arborists that what is being proposed should not have a significant detrimental health impact to the trees.
This will be the last question, and then we're going to move on. If you have other questions, we can contact
Okay.
you.
Oh, absolutely, and I have cards too.
Okay, because this, as I said earlier, this is more information for us, for the board to make some kind of decision if we need to, and you can contact Kim. She's great. I've talked to her on the
Oh,
phone.
definitely.
She has email. You can get her contact information. So last question.
Did you say that at the moment, 65-foot trucks can go through, and we're hoping to bring in more than?
It's an overall length with the cab and the trailer,
So
65
how is that in
feet.
relation to this room? Does anybody know?
Bigger.
65 feet.
Is this room
About 40 feet
65?
long. It's about 20.
How big is it?
40 feet.
40 feet long. So 25 feet long right now, but then they could be way longer.
And basically what the issue is people trying to get out or trying to maximize the size of the
Right, I was
trailer.
just trying to get a perspective of
Right,
the size.
so the STA has really no overall length restrictions. They kind of restrict the size of the trailer depending on the rear axle, kingpin rear axle definition. But it allows, they can get a larger trailer with a larger cab, and that's what's restricted right now because they can't stay within their lane. They drive
So
those.
65-foot, including the cab, is what the limit is right now.
Yes, and that's with recreational vehicles as well.